If you're having trouble making up your mind between an estate, an MPV or an SUV, then Volvo may have the answer with the XC60 because it's a crossover between all three. Now let's start with the 4x4 bit because most cars come with all-wheel drive, and of course the jacked up suspension means you don't have to stoop down to get into the car. And here in the back there's plenty of space for 3 adults, and knee and headroom is pretty decent. And if you go for the optional 40-20-40 split folding rear seats, it comes with a fold-out picnic table, and check this out, it's really cool. Some inbuilt booster seats for children. How MPV is that? Now for the estate car bit, because the boot is a decent size and it has some underfloor storage. Plus there's no lip for you to have to hoik things over. If you need even more space, folding down the rear seats is easy because by putting up this lever, the headrests flop down first and then you're left with a nice flat low bay. But if you want to carry really long items, you can even fold down the front passenger seat, which makes the XC60 great for the kind of person who likes to shop at IKEA. Thankfully, the Swedes make far better built cars than they do flat pack furniture, because this Volvo doesn't feel like it will fall apart after a couple of months. Also, the design is very Scandinavian chic, and it comes with lots of standard equipment as well, such as climate and cruise control. As for practicality, there's plenty of adjustment in the driving position, and there's a couple of large cubbies. Obviously, being a Volvo, there's plenty of safety kit. There's front, side and curtain airbags, plus all cars come with something called City Safety. It uses a camera under the rear view mirror to tell if the car in front of you suddenly stops. And if you do nothing, it'll sound an alarm. And if you still do nothing at speeds at under 20 miles an hour, it'll automatically brake the car to a halt so you don't have a rear end collision. This car also features blind spot warning system, which senses if there's a car in your blind spot so that you don't suddenly pull out into it. The XC60 is a really nice car to drive. For instance, in town, the raised driving position lets you see over other traffic, while out on the open road, the smooth, supple suspension, the extremely quiet cabin, which incidentally is one of the most hushed of any cars, plus the super comfy seats, means it's a relaxing cruiser. However, one thing that does let down the whole experience is the steering, because it feels rather numb, and this means that ultimately the XC60 isn't particularly engaging to drive, and that brings me on to the downsides. One is the fact that if you want to go off-roading, you'll probably be better off with a Land Rover Freelander, and really it's not actually worth paying the extra for the all-wheel drive version of the XC60 over the two-wheel drive model, which is incidentally more economical. Another potential problem is that Volvo's diesel engines aren't as good as those offered by Audi or BMW, and neither is its automatic gearbox. And finally, the XC60 is pretty expensive to buy. That said, it is a desirable, good-looking motor that will hold its value well come resale time. And of course, don't forget, it's effectively an MPV, SUV and estate car all rolled into one.